Hi, it's Timothy Carlson here, and every time a video game starts making millions of dollars, one of the most logical things you can do is make a cartoon adaptation. Back in the 90s, that was really big business. We had a lot of Mario cartoons, we had that Earthworm Jim cartoon, there was even a Double Dragon cartoon. And of course, Sonic the Hedgehog was not left out of the fold there. In 1993, we got not one but two Sonic the Hedgehog cartoons. A more light-hearted one that aired in weekday syndication, and a more darker dystopian one that aired on Saturday mornings on ABC. The latter show, sometimes called the SatAM show to differentiate it from the other show, is what we're looking at today. Simply called Sonic the Hedgehog. This is the complete series on DVD. This show ran for two 13-episode seasons on ABC on Saturday mornings from 1993 to 1994 for a total of 26 episodes. I'm going to unbox this release and I will share my opinions. Nice cover art there with Sonic doing what he does best and Sally Acorn sort of photobombing him. There's the spine of the slipcover, other side. Back cover, got some more of the characters pictured there. Underneath the slipcover, it's pretty much the same art, slightly different color scheme. We get Season 1 on the first disc, and then we get Season 2 on the second disc. Again, 13 episodes per disc, 26 episodes total. It ran for two seasons. There's also a book in here, but this is just mostly ads for other things that this company has put out. There's, Last Kids on Earth, Barbie. They actually do have ads for some Sonic the Hedgehog stuff in here. There's Sonic Boom, which was like a later animated series. That I've never actually watched. Even some Sonic betting. Then there's the back cover. N-Circle apparently is the name of this company. And I'll read the description of the show as follows from the back of the package. Featuring all 26 episodes. On the planet Mobius, the wicked Dr. Robotnik has taken over the kingdom of Acorn and enslaved its citizens. But a small band of freedom fighters led by Sonic the Hedgehog and Princess Sally Acorn are determined to defeat Robotnik, joined by Rotor, Ant, Bunny, Dulcie, and Sonic's trusty best friend Miles Tails Prower. Sonic and his freedom fighters thwart Robotnik again and again in their struggle to free Mobius in this fast-paced, exciting animated series. So like I said, there were a lot of video game cartoons throughout the 1990s because adapting those was certainly a way for these game companies to make more money. Sonic the Hedgehog, like I said, got two cartoons that aired simultaneously, one in weekday syndication that was more lighthearted and campy, and this one which was certainly the darker and more dystopian. And needless to say, this is my preferred of the two. The show has plenty of action, and it still does find time for humor despite its emphasis on some slightly more gloomy elements. Jaleel White actually is the one linking thing between the two series, best known for playing the character Steve Urkel on Family Matters. He's the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog on both shows. And of course, this one has a veteran voice cast that includes the likes of Jim Cummings, Christine Cavanaugh, Kath Soucie. Like all those people that are on like every 90s cartoon ever made show up on here, and they all do an excellent job with their characters. I appreciate that this show actually wasn't afraid to go a little bold and more daring with some of the stuff it does. I mean, some characters, die or are lost or forgotten. It actually deals with some slightly more mature relationships. But it does this while still being appropriate for kids. Not a lot of the game-based cartoons from the early to mid-90s have aged well. And I'm not going to say this one's aged like a fine wine by any means, but it certainly does stand ahead of a lot of the others, largely due to its slightly darker tone, and yet it still finds that balance between action and humor. Sonic the Hedgehog is a pretty solid cartoon. I don't know if getting this set, if you've never seen it before, is going to make you a fan, but when I was a little boy, I watched this one every Saturday morning, even though I never actually had any Sega systems when I was a little boy. I just had Nintendo systems, but I was certainly fascinated by these characters, these games, and this cartoon did not disappoint, and it actually does stand the test of time a little better than many of its contemporaries. Now, despite cramming 13 episodes on each disc, the picture quality on here is actually pretty solid. It never looks overly compressed. I mean, obviously it's going to be softer than something like a high-def or ultra-high-def format, but for what it is, it does look pretty solid, pretty clear, pretty natural. By comparison, I've been watching those old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles DVDs, and those look simply terrible because of how compressed and unrestored they are. I don't know if any restoration work was done on this set, but I do think fans will be happy with what they see. No bonus features, sadly, although I'm happy to say this is a pretty inexpensive and affordable set, and it's worth picking up if you're a fan of the Sonic franchise or this cartoon. And it is a shame a lot of the characters on this show didn't appear in more Sonic media, because I actually fell in love with a lot of these characters, and they're quite entertaining. I mean, can you imagine some of these characters popping up in modern Sonic games or even the newer series of live-action movies that are coming out? That's something I wouldn't mind seeing. What do you think of the SatAM Sonic cartoon, and did you pick up this DVD set? What's your favorite Sonic media? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content, because I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.